So you're thinking about moving to New Braunfels. It's not an easy decision. It wasn't an easy decision for me 3 years ago, but now I am absolutely in love with this place. So today we're gonna focus on my top 5 reasons I love living here. You guys live here? Have you moved here recently? Are you a native here? Let me know, what are the things you love about living in New Braunfels? And if you're new to my channel here, thanks so much for stopping by. Just hit that subscribe button because we're putting out new videos about what it's like to live in New Braunfels every single week. So here we go, my top 5 reasons I love living in this place. Number 5, there is always something to do in New Braunfels. It's the most wonderful time. The city starts prepping for the most wonderful time of the year right after Halloween. It's like that here every year. City utility workers decking out the main plaza, including the county courthouse, with about 100,000 lights. Then about 1 week before Thanksgiving, bam, the Christmas tree lighting. It really is, I'm telling you, something out of a Hallmark Channel movie. Thousands of people gather downtown for the special occasion, take endless selfies, then visit Santa, of course, and leave with awesome memories. Our main plaza is such a magnet for so many of our events year-round. We have what's called Wassail Fest. The streets shut down. Businesses open, offering samples of wassail, which is warm cider made with spices. What I really love about this event, and all of our other events really, is that people come together to celebrate tradition and enjoy the day or the evening. There's shopping, eating, and the Christmas lights. Before we wassail and even before the tree lighting, there is our granddaddy of all of our events called Wurstfest. It's 10 days of sausage, beer, live music, rides, dancing, a celebration of our German heritage. What's really neat about Wurstfest, and something I didn't know until last year, is that you guys may not know this, but the proceeds made from this event go on to help our local nonprofit organizations. Before Wurstfest, there's Dia de los Muertos around the main plaza area. It's held on the weekend and celebrates our Hispanic heritage. Our Day of the Dead observation includes live entertainment, kids activities, food, arts and crafts, and the community altar around the main plaza area, where people bring pictures of their loved ones who passed and join together to remember the good times. I'm telling you, there's always something to do here. In early October, we turned back the clock with Folk Fest, another family fun event here. There's living history reenactments, there's pioneer craft demonstrations, museum tours, live music, and food. Laid back but upbeat. This is my opinion, the best way to describe New Braunfels. So many good times here. In September, we have our county parade and fair in New Braunfels. Friday's the parade. Thousands of people line the streets of downtown New Braunfels to watch. Kids have the day off on this Friday. Yes, the day off school for this parade. And the fair is all weekend long at the county fairgrounds in New Braunfels. Live music, food, and all kinds of those wild and tamer rides. This town definitely loves a parade. We have several of them, including the 4th of July parade. Again, downtown New Braunfels. I'm telling you, this plaza here is a magnet for so many of our events, featuring school bands at the 4th of July parade, dignitaries, and patriotic floats. The icing on the cake is our 20+ minute display, firework display above Lake Landa at Landa Park on the 4th of July. New Braunfels does a great job of honoring our veterans, living and past. Our Memorial Day celebration takes place at the main plaza, where the community gathers to honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice serving America. I really get the patriotic feels at this particular event all the time. The high school band playing our national anthem in sync with the raising of the flag. The mayor says a few words and even sings "God Bless America." The ceremony ends with the playing of taps. Come to think of it, we're always coming together here in New Braunfels, whether it's outside or inside here at our Civic/Convention Center. There's something going on there seemingly every weekend of the year. There's our Christmas market with all kinds of holiday crafts to purchase, clothes, antiques, specialty gifts, all kinds of vendors, and of course, Santa. There's a Kids Fest at the Civic Center during the year, a home and garden show there, a health and wellness expo as well, a pet fest, a train show, a gun show, and so on and so on and so on. I'm telling you, you will never get bored in New Braunfels. Every Saturday of the year, right down the street from the Civic Center is our farmers market. Farm-grown produce, meats, and other homegrown and homemade items. Our historic district of Green is always happening. Live music every weekend during the summer. There's Old Green market days on select weekends during the year. All the products, and this is neat, all the products are made by local and regional vendors themselves. So to recap, because this is a long one, the number 5 reason I love living here is there is always something to do in New Braunfels. The 4th reason I love living in New Braunfels is our ultra active outdoor lifestyle. And it doesn't end with our events or activities. We are a river town. We have 2 of them, the Guadalupe and the Comel rivers. It's a water world of people tubing, kayaking, canoeing, tube shooting, swimming, fishing, pretty much from May through September, and if it's warm enough, typically is through middle of October. If you want a more wet and wild ride, there's our world famous water park, Schlitterbahn. It is one of the best ways to beat the heat in New Braunfels during the summer. You can play in the water or out of the water with our 2 parks. Fisher Park is east of Highway 35 and is big on walking trails for you, your dogs, your children, or everybody together. You can fish there. There's a butterfly garden there, a sandbox for the kids as well, and a huge splash pad for the kids with covered picnic areas. This is neat. Fisher Park has some of the nicest views in town because it sits higher. Then there's Landa Park. This is my favorite park. Why? Because sometimes I melt in our heat here, and Landa Park has a ton of mature trees for shade to keep you cool. Over 20 acres of pure nature here. Our freshwater springs, our places to cool off, Lake Landa, great place to walk your dog or to run or bike. There's a hiking trail as well at Landa Park. Sand volleyball courts, a miniature train for you and your kids, or just you maybe. Play areas for your kids as well. There's also a public golf course next door. Faust Street Bridge is one of my favorite places. You can get some walking in and catch a great view of the Guadalupe River at the same time. It's like walking in a postcard. All of this outdoor stuff would not be possible without all of our sunny days. It is very sunny here. And that's the 3rd reason I love living in New Braunfels, the warm weather. I don't know what it is, but when the sun comes out, this is such a splash of energy. People come out. We do have our wet months in New Braunfels, April, May, and October, and it's not just like a sprinkle here and there. We get like monsoon rains, and if you're coming from places like California, this may be a welcome sight because it's really dry in California. But outside of that wet period, outside of the rains, it is pretty darn fantastic here in New Braunfels. You can see the sun, it's just so welcoming. It feels so good. Average temperature in the summer is around 95 degrees. In the winter, our average temperature here is around 66 degrees. The 2nd reason I love living in New Braunfels is the beautiful scenery here. It doesn't matter what kind of day I'm having, if I'm driving in the hill country area, when I'm looking at these views here. Doesn't matter what kind of day I'm having. These views here always put me at peace. They're so calming. But no matter how beautiful our scenery and our views are here, and they are fantastic, it's still 2nd place to my number 1 reason I love living in New Braunfels, and that is the people. People here in New Braunfels, they're just so trusting. They really are. Whether you're walking in the park or driving through a neighborhood where the neighbors are walking outside, they're always waving, they're always saying hi. What I do with these videos requires me to talk to a lot of people, many of them strangers, but the strangers are very accommodating, they're very inviting, and I know that's kind of freakish if you come from a state or an area where the people are kind of standoffish, but friendly neighbors is the norm here in New Braunfels, and so is neighbors helping neighbors in times of need. There you go, my top 5 reasons I love living in New Braunfels. What are yours? If you plan on moving here, did this video help? If it did and you're ready to take the next step, I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. You can email me, you can call me, or you can shoot me a text. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one.